And our final topic is a podcast playthrough of the Smirk and Laughter game. We need to talk.
We do.
Matt, we need to talk.
Yeah.
No, so basically, let me quickly go over the rules of this game, and then we're going to play it live on the podcast. Basically, the game comes with a massive amount of cards, and for those who are on the audio only version of this, you pretty much going to be the person who's always got the card on their head. Otherwise, if you're watching the video, you might be able to read the card if you pay attention hard enough, but it's going to be interesting because you basically get to play along with us to a degree. Yeah. Right? So one person is going to take a card and put it on their head. And let's say that in the sample of the game, you don't actually use this card ever, but it says, I forgot, what was it? Interpretive dancing. What's the first word?
Spontaneity. No.
Uncontrollable interpretive dancing. I found it. All right. So uncontrollable interpretive dancing. Say I drew this card and I put it in front of me. I don't actually get to see this card. Now, what it is everybody else is like, hey, we need to talk. We're going to have an intervention with you to try to let you know what you're doing that we don't like, basically.
But we can't just come out and say it because we love you and we want to respect your feelings.
Exactly. Right. So the game's going to be played over 3 rounds. Each person goes over 3 rounds. So each person's going to be the person who's getting an intervention called on them or whatever. So we're going to play the game basically 4 times, and at the end, whoever has the most points is the winner. Now, the way you get points is in a 4-player game, which we're playing, the person with the card on their head that they don't get to see starts off with 12 tokens. These tokens are double-sided. There's 1s on one side, 2s on the other. If the player who has the card, I don't remember what they actually call it. We'll call it the subject. If the subject has the card or the token, it's always a 1. If anybody else has it, the clue givers or whatever, it's always a 2. So it's even though they're double-sided, you don't have to remember if it was a 1 or a 2. It just depends on who has it. Now, what happens is we play 3 rounds to try to get the person with the card, the subject, to guess what their card is. And it's kind of like Dixit, where you want to give good clues, but you don't want to give them away because you want to siphon as many points away from them as you can. So in the first round, let's say I'm the person, I'm the subject. I have uncontrollable interpretive dancing. George will go. He's going to give me a clue. Now, the first clue that everybody has to give, the first round, is basically we need to talk about ... ellipses. Anyway, so we need to talk about, and you can say 2 or 3 words basically. Like, for instance, this card, George might say, we need to talk about your communication skills. Right, so he's letting me know it's a form of communication or something, right? Matt might say something different, etc. After George gives me a clue, I give him one of my tokens because the clue's valid. At any point, anybody else can say foul, and if majority agrees, then we don't give him a clue or we don't give him a point token because he's not helping. It doesn't make any sense. Like
the clue's invalid in that case.
Yeah, we need to talk about your dirty laundry. That would not help you solve this card, period. Now, Matt would go do the same thing. We need to talk about. Eric would do the same thing. That's the end of round 1. The round 2 will be how it makes you feel. So George is like, this makes me feel like I can't really take you to I don't know. I can't even think about, I can't take you to maybe parties would be a good one, actually. It makes me feel like I can't take you to a library. Because what am I doing at the library that's going to be distracting? So I think maybe it's a distracting thing that I'm doing, and then Matt would go and then Eric would go. And the third round of each card is you need to propose an idea or an action or some kind of step to help them overcome their issue, right? So for instance, just to give you a clear example from the rulebook for this specific card, maybe try poetry instead. It's still artsy because you're letting them know it's some kind of art, a form of expression. Okay, he's talking about maybe, is it dancing, maybe I'm stirring you that way, or no more musical accompaniment, no movie. Well, try talking on the phone for a while, focus on your words. Point is you have to get creative. Now, during any clue, the subject, can actually guess. So if Matt gives me a clue and I guess after Matt's clue, I have to give him a second token. I give him 1 because he gave me a clue. I give him another one because I'm going to attempt to guess. You don't have to guess after every clue. You obviously will waste your tokens that way, your point tokens. If the subject gets it right after somebody gives them a clue, probably because they gave them a really good clue, they actually would lose all their points. So in this case, if Matt gave me a really good clue and I guessed it, Matt would lose all his points for that round. Everybody else would score whatever tokens they have in front of them. If the subject waits until the very end of the third round, like so Eric gives me a clue, I don't guess it, and now I say, this is my final guess, and you get one last attempt. If you guess it during your final attempt and you get it correct, you get to steal a point token from all the other players. However, if you're wrong, no one scores points. So it is in best interest for everyone at the table to get the subject to actually guess it eventually. You just don't want them to guess it after you give them a clue, because you're going to be beaten for it. Basically, you'll lose all your points.
Yeah.
But you want to guess it as your final guess if you know it. So you might drag it out to the end just so you can steal points from everyone. So interesting enough, this is a review copy that was provided to us by Smirk and Laughter, Kurtz. And so just keep that in mind. We have played it, or at least Eric and I have played it before this. And since we've played it before, we wanted to make it a little bit interesting. So we had somebody kind of grab a handful of cards that they think would be really fun for the podcast. So I just want to keep that in mind, because I don't want it to be disingenuous or anything that we selectively pick stuff and just did the podcast and it happens to be the best cards I don't know. There's 1,000 cards in this box or something like that. So it comes with quite a bit. We have a bunch here. And so who's going to begin? You want me to begin? I'll begin.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna be the person. So
okay,
again,
let me give you these points then.
Oh, you can just leave them right there.
Okay.
In addition to this, it also comes with a little board that's like a hot cold thing, and you can move the little token around as you get when you guess. But we're just gonna say it out loud so the people who's listening to the podcast can hear it. So here we go. I'm picking one card of these, and I'm holding it up, and everybody's probably gonna start laughing. Maybe. Is it a funny one? All right. If you're watching the video, maybe if you can read this, maybe you don't.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's going to be more interesting if you probably just play along with this and act like you're the subject the entire time. So, all right, George, you got to say, we need to talk about.
Tim, we need to talk about your dad fashion.
My dad fashion. Now, I don't know. The game never says this, but I am taking notes because I am very bad at remembering all these clues. So he gave me a clue. I give him a 2-point token. And now Matt.
I'm thinking we need to talk about your 90s fashion.
Oh, man. 90s fashion. Okay, here's your point, Matt. Eric?
We need to talk about your choice of footwear.
My choice of footwear. What in the world? All right, here you go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to guess yet. So we're going to move on to round 2, and it's how it makes you feel that I do this around you. Do you see the card again or anything?
No, I'm good. The thing is, Tim, it makes me feel embarrassed for you, and just it's the absurdity of it when you're doing it with a suit. Come on. Not with a suit.
What? All right, so dad fashion 90s choice of footwear. And I'm doing it with a suit. Huh. Oh yeah, there's your token. All right, Matt, do it.
It makes me feel like you're really confused on how to dress.
I'm confused on how to dress. Okay, this is really... First off, here's your clue.
Do you get 2 or 1?
Anytime you have it, it's a 2. If I have it
Gotcha.
as the subject, it's always a 1. Man. All right, Eric, let's see what
All
you
right,
got to
Tim.
bring to this.
You know, when you do this, it kind of makes me feel that I'm walking around with my grandpa.
Walking around with my grandpa. Night. Okay. I might make it. All right. First off, here's your token.
All right.
I don't know if I want to guess with Eric here. Let's say. Oh man. Actually, no, we're going to move on to the third round. I'm going to try to save my tokens here. So, propose an idea or a step to help me overcome this issue, George.
Just don't wear them both together. You could maybe, I don't know, use bug spray.
What? Bug spray. Okay, hold on. Here's your token. Am I walking around with my taxidermy dogs as footwear?
Wow, you're so
Good God.
you're so cold.
So,
So
all
freezing in here.
yeah. Keep
I have-
that in mind with your clues. Then.
I am so disturbed.
What did you say, George? What was your...
I said don't wear them both
Don't wear
together.
them both
Just
together.
maybe use bug spray if you're concerned.
Yeah.
I was the only person to not really get my question thing. I'm just
Yesterday,
saying.
yeah.
I would say
We started it for our weakest link.
Apparently.
just try to dress a little less biblical.
Well, a little here. First off, here's this. A little less biblical, man. A little less biblical.
Yeah.
Am I? What? Am I dressing like a homeless person?
No.
How, is that cold?
That's
You're pretty cool.
I am terrible.
It's better than your other guess.
Yes. You're making
So
improvements.
1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 being cold, 10 being high.
Oh, man.
2.
10 doesn't mean you got it right though. Okay,
Yeah.
so
You
I was
got
at a
it.
1. Now I'm at a
maybe
2.
maybe a 3.
But this is it. Like Eric's got to bring it home, basically.
You got to bring
Yeah,
it
yeah.
home, Eric. So it's like the you got to bring it home just enough to where I fail on the question, and then I hopefully get it
guess
on the
next.
final
Oh
guess.
man.
Well, I'm going to say, if your feet are feeling cold, maybe choose a different footwear.
Choose a different footwear. Man, I don't feel like that gave me much, Eric. But here's a clue token anyway. All right, so, excuse me. We have dad fashion, 90s fashion, choice of footwear, embarrassed doing it with a suit, confused on how to dress, walking around with my grandpa, just don't wear them both together, bug spray, a little less biblical, and choose a different footwear. So this is my final
If you're feeling
guess.
cold.
This is going to be my final guess. You know what? Maybe I will guess on Eric's turn and then have a
do
final
it.
guess.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Yeah, because if I fail it, you're not getting these anyway. All right, so this is guessing on Eric's turn. Man, dad's fashion, 90s fashion, man.
Do you get another clue or
No, this is
that's
it.
it.
This is it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be, like,
it's kind of weird that
you got to ramp up a lot faster, I think.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You've given out all your tokens now.
Yeah.
If you get it on Eric's turn, Eric gets nothing, but you
But
get
you
those
get nothing
tokens
as well.
back.
No.
No, I get nothing as well. Yeah.
Aw.
So I'm better off actually not doing it on Eric's turn. Give me that token back.
No, you're not gonna. You're so cold.
I'm probably not going to get it
You're
anyway.
so cold.
But if I do get it on my final guess, I'll steal a token from each of you.
Right.
And then I'll have 4 tokens. So I'm going to guess that, man, I mean, obviously it has something to do with my feet.
You're warming up.
you're warming up.
Well, I talk about taxidermy on my feet.
All right, that's code again.
Yeah, I know that.
What
I
does
know
that
it
even
now.
mean? I'm so
Right.
disturbed.
Like wearing your dead animals as footwear
I don't know where you
because
got
I
that.
hunted them or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your grandpa was an odd person.
Yeah. I agree.
Nah, I have no clue. I just,
No guess?
I guess I'll do something. Am I I don't know. Am I do I have hairy feet and I walk around in public without shoes?
No.
No.
No. Yeah.
Do you
All
want
right.
to take a final guess, or was that it?
That was my final guess.
Okay. Well,
All right, here
no
it,
points for any of us.
constantly wear socks with sandals. Interesting. Okay.
or dead animals on your feet. I mean, it's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah,
That was pretty close, I guess. Whoops. All right. This one's going down.
So we don't get points either.
No, nobody gets
no one
points.
gets points.
That was amazing.
We
All right,
did
so
bad.
everybody hand him a George. He's going to pick a card here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick this one.
All right, don't look at
I'm
it.
not.
Show everyone else. All right. George, I'm going to help you out and type out your clues here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
So, Matt, we're going to start with you. We need to talk about what, Matt? What do you need to talk about him with?
Your excessive use of your hands.
Oh. That could go so many directions.
And look, I can't spell, so so when you read these on my computer.
All right. Well, I'm not going to guess yet. I want to, but I think that would just be giving you points, so I'll wait.
I think we really need to talk about the ways you try to communicate.
Okay. Am I?
You give him points?
I get one anyway.
Yeah, you get one anyway. All right. Do I? No, I'm gonna wait.
All right, we need to talk about how wrong you are. Makes sense later.
Nobody's calling foul on that?
No.
Okay. All right. How wrong I am.
Give my point token, sir.
Okay.
You can guess.
No, that didn't help me at all.
Some of this is set up.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
All right, Matt, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel confused.
Okay.
You want to elaborate? Because that could be pretty much every card.
Makes me, I don't know, maybe I don't really have anything. That's all I got. I won't waste time. Sorry. No token for me.
No token from Matt.
No
That's all
token
right.
for me.
Okay.
It just makes me feel that maybe you're confused on how to express yourself doing the ways that you do stuff.
Okay. I'm just. Here's your thing. All right. I'm gonna make a guess. Here's your other thing. Okay. Am I communicating with you through sign language that you don't understand?
No.
Maybe 5. I'd say
yeah,
5 out of 10.
Okay.
Kinda almost
Yeah.
on the right track, but
Okay.
not quite there.
Yeah.
Not really close.
Okay.
But
It makes me feel like you don't understand sentence structure.
Okay. All right. I'll take another. I feel like last round we didn't take many guesses and nobody got anything, so I'm gonna take another.
It's far
guess.
more entertaining to take guesses.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Do I attempt to communicate by touch?
no,
One.
you got really
Okay.
code.
Okay.
Solution.
Yep.
Maybe you should pay more attention to what people are actually saying.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a guess. Do I always walk around with my fingers in my ears, or my
No.
hands in my ears?
Still very code.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Very,
Okay.
very code. I think, while you're communicating, maybe you can just sit on your hands.
Okay. There you go.
It's going to be me to lose points, isn't it? All right, here we go.
Bring it home, Tim. Bring it home.
Yeah.
Do I try to communicate through mime?
No.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, I think maybe you gave me one too many.
You think?
Oh, no, he guessed, right? So
Yeah, I guessed.
Was that 5?
Nope.
4?
Oh, man. It's like, how do I just give this to you without giving it to you?
Right? Got to bring it home. Leaving it up to you.
I feel like you.
I don't care how you feel. I want to know how to solve this.
Yeah,
How-
how do you fix
You
this
should-
issue?
You should emphasize the correct words.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh, before you guess,
yeah,
is it going to be a...
Oh no, this is gonna be a guess. This is gonna be a guess on Tim.
Okay.
All right. When I'm speaking, I'm gesturing at inappropriate times.
That's
8?
getting...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
8,
getting really
9?
close.
It's pretty
Yeah,
close.
It's very, very close.
It's like a... Yeah, it's
You
probably
get-
like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, you get a final guess. What you got?
Oh man. Okay.
Almost there.
I know. Okay, how about when I speak, I am clapping at odd moments.
No.
Maybe a slight step back, but you
Lot of
want
suspects.
to read it off?
Yeah. Okay. Erroneous use of air quotes.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. It's up to you.
Wow, this is hard.
It is very hard.
Let's give all the points to Matt.
Yep,
It doesn't matter what side they're on.
that's right.
And then choose one of these cards here.
That's right. I don't look at it.
Nope.
You don't look at it, correct? We got extras just in case. I mean, we got the whole box, but
Oh, let me look at it first.
Oh yeah, because you're going.
let me see that again.
Hold on. Got it, Eric?
Yep.
Oh God.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna write them down, Matt. So if anytime you want me to, I'll read them off.
We need to talk about how you purchase items.
Okay.
We this is probably too good. We need to talk about how you always have exact change.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. How purchase items. How always have exact change.
You want to make a guess or
Do I carry a coin purse?
4?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Hottish. Yeah.
Okay.
You're warm.
Yeah.
We need to talk about your encumbrance. your encumbrance levels.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Does change in my pocket jingle when I'm walking?
6.
That or maybe less. Maybe a 5.
Yeah.
How's it make you feel, Eric?
Oh man, it really makes me feel that you take too long when you're checking out anywhere. I get a point.
Yeah, give him the point anyway. You want to hear the things so far, Matt, or you got them?
No, I got it. There is some funny way I'm using an exact change, or I've always got change on there. I just don't know exactly what it is.
Do you want to make a guess with him or?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm good.
It Matt, it just makes me irritated that. Oh man. It just makes me irritated to watch the clerk always counting.
Do I pay in pennies or something?
I think it's maybe an 8 or 9, but not quite there
Really?
for me.
Okay.
You guys agree?
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
it's
It's
like
it
a
might
9
even-
or a
it almost be a
10.
10. Like it's just it depends on if you decide if the rest of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it
Well-
close
Yeah.
enough?
I wouldn't say it's quite close enough. It's like a 9,
Okay.
unless you guys disagree.
well,
How does it make you feel, George?
I am incensed by the incrementalism. Could you just stop, please?
I've never heard that word. Incensed.
George, you got to use some better, like smaller vocabulary here, buddy. What is going on?
Dictionary, please.
I think I can at least get it in context.
I want him to get it.
Yeah. Go big. Go big.
we have one more round.
Yeah, let's try. All right, so now we're offering a solution.
Yeah, offer him a solution, Eric.
So. So I think, maybe you should just carry around paper money.
Or hand him a token first.
Yeah. Carry on. Did I guess that I only use change already? I already guessed that, right?
You said pennies.
Pennies. Okay, so I only use change.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, read off the card though. Yeah.
Infuriatingly pays for everything in coins.
Yeah.
That would be pretty annoying.
Ching, ching, ching. Oh, here we go.
That was probably a little bit easier than I think the other one.
Oh,
had.
man.
3.
All right, so Eric drops his points. Matt, how many points you have left over? 3.
2, 3.
3.
3. George,
6 points.
6 points, and I had 6 as well.
Yeah.
Dope.
Oh, we're on the board.
1 of 3 is not bad. Eric, can you
Eric
take us to
doesn't get
50%?
anything?
What?
No, you stole his points by
Yeah.
guessing from him.
Oh, got you.
I did too well.
Sorry.
All right, pick one of these cards, Eric. Show it to us.
This one. Tim?
Yeah, go to Tim first.
That was long. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to talk about your responses.
Okay.
We just need to talk about your indirectness.
Mm-hmm. Point for you. Matt, just help me out here. You need to see it again?
No.
All right.
We need to talk about how
put that under
you answer people.
Poke holes in my.
How I
you're-
answer people?
Yes.
That. Let me see the card again. It might be a foul because you can't use any of the words,
Oh, all right. Sorry.
but it's all right. We need all the help that we can get.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, how it
Uh,
makes you feel? Or you want to guess it all or no?
oh no, I need a little bit more than this.
Okay. It makes me feel like you are avoiding what I say for your own purposes.
Avoiding what you say for what?
For your own purpose.
For my own purpose.
But how does it make George feel?
So it's about responses. It's indirect. Something about answering people. Avoiding what I say for my own purpose. So, no good guesses yet. Going to George.
It makes me feel like I'm not conducting the interrogation, and that bothers me.
That was pretty awesome.
Huh. Oh, did I give you a point? Nope. So, it's about responses, indirect responses. About answering people. This is hard. Avoiding what I say for my own purpose and you're not conducting it, so maybe I'm conducting some kind of interrogation. I'm trying to. Am I? It's gonna be a guess here. Oops. Oh no, something happened.
The hit. That's all right. Keep going.
Okay, going on. Am I answering questions before the question is fully asked?
No, but
Oh, like
goodness, that's like an 8.
10? I don't know. It's like super up there.
It's like a 9, 8.
Yeah.
I think I lucked out a little bit.
Matt, what you got? How's it make you feel?
I don't know if that's a good way to describe it. Makes me feel like you're always turning things around on me.
That was good.
Am I answering questions that is not directed at me?
You went back.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that's like a 7 now.
Oh,
So propose an idea.
you too, man.
Eric, I think that you could give me an actual response instead of trying to get your own information.
One more time.
I feel like you should actually respond to me before trying to get your own information from me.
I'm trying to. Am I answering a question with a question?
Oh,
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Well, there's one other part to it, but it's
Oh,
Is it good?
it's good.
yeah, that's good.
Irritatingly answering a question with a question.
Which was so great when you're like, I feel like I'm not conducting the interrogation,
Yeah.
and that bothers me.
My next one was going to be, this isn't Jeopardy.
George, how many points you get there?
I got 6.
All right, well, yeah, I think you won at 12. Eric,
I got 4.
oh, was you keeping score?
4. Sure. Oh, were you
Matt's at
Matt?
4.
Yeah.
Oh, were you at 7?
Yep.
So 6 for Tim, 12 for George, 7 for Matt, 4 for Eric on this podcast playthrough. So we're pretty much out of time for the podcast, but really quick, since you guys haven't played it, what you think?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was very tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed trying to come up with things to say without giving it away completely, and that tension of is he going to get it, or not. That was really fun. And when I was doing the guessing, oh man, that was hard.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but in an enjoyable way,
I think you really do need a piece of paper with this game and keep track of what people are saying,
Oh,
because
yeah. It definitely helps.
it was actually not fun for me to try to remember all that. So
Right.
it was actually writing it down on this was really, really nice.
I agree. Yeah, that's what I did too. I just
Yeah.
wrote down whatever you guys said on a piece of paper so I can go back and recollect easier and exact wordage instead of, changing around a word here or there. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny that we had somebody seed these questions basically, or pick the ones that they thought would be interesting for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, I don't know if it would have mattered, actually.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
The other options, which, I probably shouldn't read these, but I'll mix them in, must push every elevator button. That's actually really awesome.
Yeah.
Dangerously out of control board game shelf. Why did anybody pick that one?
Right.
That's
Always
great.
double dips from the bowl. And careless movie spoiler.
Do you know you could play this game?
You can pretty much just make up your own.
You absolutely. I was going to say that everyone writes down a thing.
Something.
Yeah, and hands them all face down to Eric, and then he has to pick from that when it's his turn.
Yeah.
And everyone writes one and face down to Matt, and same kind of thing. But you absolutely should support the publisher because it's a good game.
Yeah. It comes with, like I said, I don't know if look in the rulebook and see if it actually says how many cards. There are quite a bit of cards in there.
I would say it's probably in the box.
Is it?
The back of the box.
The stack is like,
Oh, 274 prom cards.
yeah, there you go, 274. And like you said, you can pretty much make up your own. It does come with about
That's a
8 or
lot.
10 that you actually it's blank and you
Blank.
just make up your own. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But yeah, when you run out, that's going to be a while.
Right.
But then you could, and maybe they'll have expansions by then.
But you only run out if you're playing with the same people that many times. Because
Yeah,
if you're playing with another
that's true.
group, it's like,
Yeah.
you might see the same card every once in a while, but by that time
Yeah.
you probably forgot it.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. But there are some in there that are really hard.
Yeah, some of them are very far-fetched. Like I don't know, or maybe it's just it probably plays better with more people too.
You get more clues.
Yeah.
You get
And-
way more clues, and
Yeah,
you get more
right.
clue tokens and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say also is better as you play it and understand,
Yes.
what is a good
Clue.
to give.
Yeah, because you almost, unlike other games where you have to be very vague, you almost don't ever want to be vague. You just want to get them all the way to the edge and then be
Yeah.
like, please guess it on somebody else's turn. So, well, cool. I think it's about time we wrap this episode up. We want to thank you again for tuning into episode 78 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded on July 11th, 2019. Send us questions, comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the video versions, which are up to date on YouTube. OMG.
All right.
Until next time, this is Tim, Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Matt RoBear.
Eric Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.